Maybe you were there, so you might not need any introduction of this video. Voices in my head. That was what we just witnessed, a snippet of that. But the latest work from Amponsah is about the just ended 3Music Awards, where he and his colleague Clemento Suarez, they did something worth laughing about. So let's watch that one as well, and after that we will start our questions. That I have go is another journalist and musician who will also be here to ask Amponsah some questions. And again, I'll be reading your questions as well, so feel free, put your questions under the video and we will be reading them out to Amponsah to answer as well. Watch this very latest one, Amponsah, Clemento Suarez. And I know you cannot help yourself but to just laugh out loud. Amponsah, what were you guys doing? First of all,
we were making an impression of the president giving a state of the music. Yeah, the music.
Okay, this one is music.
Yeah, so we were tackling that Zonto is back, the features, the beefs, and all that. We just summarized them into a presidential message. So you see, I cut my hair for that. Not my
so you really went for that haircut?
Yeah,
for this purpose.
Yeah, before that I had this cool haircut. I was like the bad boy haircut, but you see why that's why I'm wearing the cap.
You needed to look like, oh, don't remove it, let people see your real shape. That place is cool.
Don't do that.
Let people see your real shape. It's part of the fun.
Have you seen?
This is in a real
yeah, this is what I went for. No, don't zoom. All right, for the lady's sake. And for everybody's sake, man. Yeah, let me just put on the cap. So yeah, that was the concept. And then we were asked to do the flavor room where we treated the lighter version, the lighter side of the whole awards, the 3Music Awards. And from the feedback, it was fun. Yes, we had fun.
Now I know when it comes to writing your pieces individually, you know how to go about it. But then when it comes to doing it with another person who might interpret what you are doing wrongly or in a good way, how do you guys get it right all the time?
I think Clemento Suarez is a vibe. He makes everybody look better. He is one person I really adore in the industry. Because Suarez doesn't only look out for himself. In fact, Suarez is the kind of person that when you contact him, when maybe an event organizer contacts him for a show and says, oh, I need you to do comedy for about 20 minutes, maybe stand up, he will tell you straight away that I don't do stand-up comedy.
I will tell you he doesn't do
stand-up comedy. Even it doesn't matter the amount of money you're giving him, he will tell you the right person to go to. He will refer you to either me or the other stand-up comedians. So he is a person with a good heart. So it counts, the vibe and the chemistry counts anytime we are together. So even this, it was just a one take. The whole shot was just one take.
It wasn't something you guys took time to
plan. We didn't even plan it. He came, we didn't get a script. So we just put something together and then he did it. We did it together and
I see.
Nailed it. So that's how it happens when you realize that the comedian you are working with has that natural vibe. You know, he's a comic actor. That's what he does. Like, it's a concert more like
he's more of a concert.
On the senior one.
So what it means is that whatever situation, as much as you have someone who is intelligently
and creative, like intelligently creative, who can make anything out of, like, look at what he did for Nana Shoko.
Yes.
Like Shoko.
Like beginning that
that was superb. So I just doffed my hat to him. But when it came to us doing it together, and we vibe already, so once they put the two, I actually told the organizers that I'll only shave my hair because I'm going to work with him. I'm going to work with Suarez because scanner and yes sir. Scanning yes car will be UT. Oh, are you beard name and that bread me bring a minion because of that scan. But because I was doing it with him, it was worth it. Like me to be with a superstar, to work with him on that front, and it was fun. Yeah,
I see. Now, before the COVID-19 pandemic, you guys were on top of your game.
Fire.
You guys, in fact, Ghanaian comedians, let's give it up to them. They were really on top of their game. I want to believe you guys are weeping, like you guys are crying.
We are
bleeding. Though I know other guys are also feeling it, other fields are also feeling it, but
we are bleeding. We are bleeding, and we need to go back to the field. But Corona, I mean, because we were on top of our game. In fact, for me, December I held a one-man show, performed for about an hour and 30 minutes. In January, after I suffered the December, you know.
Yeah, you come there.
In January, I had to hold another show. So like we were on fire, and Lexi was MJ was putting something together. So
but even the up and coming, they were putting together.
We had tours. We had US to tour. We had UK to tour. The first time I ever collaborated with Nana. Yeah,
I knew about the UK.
Oh yeah, you know. So we had trial, and then COVID said, "No, man, you guys hold on for a while." So it just put us a bit backwards, but we are just hoping that this thing just clears off quickly, so that we get back into the business of. But that's notwithstanding, we are doing our best indoors. Yeah, we do virtual shows, try to. But it's not the same, man.
In fact, I was about to ask that. Yes, I realized you also did one on your YouTube channel. Yeah. Is it the same? Though that, of course, an artist can perform to maybe a virtual audience. Is it the same? How is the feeling like performing to a virtual audience as a comedian?
It's not the same. It's a different feeling, because naturally comedians draw their vibe, their energy from the audience.
Yeah.
You know? So the more they laugh, the more you are spurred on to continue the jokes. When you are saying a joke and you realize you've dropped a punch, but the laughter is not coming, you have to quickly recover. But we don't drop you, one drop you, will be slow, one slow, you don't hear. You understand?
Can we play something like that laughter thing for you guys after your line? We drop that.
Yeah, but
I've got you also think same.
You'll be tickling yourself.
Yeah.
Why would you, when you know this particular how do you have a word for it?
Punchline.
The punchline. This particular punchline. I know after dropping it, I'm expecting an audience laughter.
Yeah.
When we drop it for you, does it not do the job?
No, it might be funny to you.
Yeah.
But it may not be funny.
It's just you masturbating to your own stuff.
So
it's just
when you drop the laughter, somebody will sit at home and be like, why are they laughing?
Why you say this wasn't funny? Yeah.
But are we thinking about that guy at home?
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
No. What I mean is, when you were preparing your punchline, you knew that this punchline is to make people laugh.
No, sometimes when you go on stage, there are things that you don't even expect that makes people laugh.
Yeah, and there are some things that you expect that people don't laugh at.
That's why the Kevin Hart and stuff, immediately get on the stage, they look at the audience and they start build something around things they see. You know, so some people even put their script on the side and then they start vibing with when they were. I was I can't voice getting to represent Williams. Williams concert where he said that immediately when he came on the stage, then he realized so he started with like all the people who are below 25, raise your hands up. I'm for you are the wee more for that. 16 people. So then he started from there, which had not originally been scripted.
But after you would think it wasn't scripted, you would think, but sincerely, comedians. Unless he's an improv comedian. Improv comedy, they don't prepare. They come, they work the audience. Oh, mom, are you guys together? Hey, how long have you two been together? You know, is that your son? You know, then they work the jokes around them. But naturally, a comedian comes with a script. Once a while, will be free script in Mukaka. I say, but
there's something.
If you're doing 1 hour special, you can't go to stage without a script. You understand? So the audience vibe, it comes in the spontaneity. Maybe I will be sorry, so what's that is then the audience laugh and all that. So for this one, in fact, a comedian can pretend to forget his jokes.
He can forget.
Pretend.
Okay, pretend to forget.
Yeah, you know, like what was that? It's just for, you know, when you are performing to audience, more often the audience wants either for you to say very denigrating things about yourself, like I'm poor, I'm aimless, I'm a cheat. They feel better watching you degrade yourself. Yeah, and they laugh at it. I'm better than the guy there. That is why people laugh. People laugh. Anything I will beat it to me, I can't watch it. So people laugh at this stuff. So more of it, that is how we try to, because it'll be or who is casting about comedians, we cheer the hell, so we're entertaining. So that's basically what one of the comedy secrets is to do that.
So without an audience, comedy is some way.
Because one is serious. What all we see for social media is LOL. So
how about an artist? How about an artist without an audience performing to?
An artist without an audience wouldn't feel the same as a comedian because you are jamming to a song, you are dancing to a song. At that moment, if you are in the state of the song is being played and you are in the song, you're definitely going to shake your head or tap or something. You understand? And so you wouldn't feel like the comedian will feel. At the end of the day, you can decide to dance to the song, which will, in the end, give you rating for a performance.
Jump to your own song.
Like
you can't laugh at
but if you come to stand in a room where nobody is,
now what kind of
Charlie, I met some guy and then you laugh by yourself. It wouldn't even be like it would be like I said. And you know one thing, when you know a joke and you are telling it to yourself, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It is when somebody is looking at you, looking at your body language, looking at the gestures, then it pushes you more to laugh. But when you are telling it, because you know the joke already.
Yeah, you know.
So there's nothing funny about it again.
You've rehearsed it for wow.
It is you telling somebody that makes
their reaction.
Yeah, that makes it funny. What I say? Because me hear me whole interview. I stand in the mirror and I'm saying something. And I feel like my car.
I thought I play back to say poetry.
Yeah, but I'll be okay, but once I would PS3 then now I'm also. Exactly. So I'm going to the bed.
I see. Alright, so maybe that is why you are not hearing much of them, because I know some people will also be asking, but the artists are trying with some 1 or 2 virtual concerts. Why are the comedians also quiet? Why are they not doing something similar? I saw a guy tweet something like, I think rankingnewsjake.com. Yeah, you also saw it.
Yeah, but if they bring me, I will do.
If someone puts you on.
Oh yeah, me recently I did a show for MTN, the Mayday. Yeah, they had a corporate show for their staff. They invited me to perform for about 20 minutes. It went very well. Yeah, so if the audience are ready and you believe in your material and it's tried and tested, more often than not, the mistake we do is that when you are invited for such shows, you go with new material which you haven't tried and tested, you would flop. But if you have ones that you tried at conference center, they laughed. You tried at Snap Cinema, they laughed. Wherever you take it, they will laugh as well. You understand? So you are setting off your material that this is your hit song, this is your comedian hit punchline. Anytime you drop it, they will laugh. And when you are booked for shows like virtual shows, now you don't care. It's like you are performing to them and you know definitely, like you trust your material that they will laugh.
I see. Okay, let's come back to the studio once again, where Amponsah, we are going to test his strength once again. I remember during December to Remember on the City FM's platform, Obi performed, and a particular joke he put out about some political heads or political figures did not go down well with some people. I remember press statements upon press statement, people who were even pushing Charterhouse and other bodies to take him from shows and all that. How did you survive all this?
Hey,
because as a matter of fact, I thought if Obi is not strong, that might be the end of him.
I almost ended it through. Like the career, I almost quit. I actually texted Romanus that after this whole thing is done, I'm leaving Ghana.
You were leaving Ghana?
Yeah, I wanted to go further my studies, and then start maybe as an underground comedian somewhere, maybe in South Africa. Sincerely, I texted him. And that was because what happened was It was a joke. I had tried on several platforms, and it worked. People laughed, and I didn't get any backlashes. So I thought it would fly there too. And in fact, the joke flew in the auditorium.
In the auditorium?
Yeah, it did. People who were watching from home got pissed. You understand? What the joke I told them was...
Wait, so the problem was not from the people who were in the auditorium?
In fact, the people in the auditorium, once I finished with the joke, because I knew the political tension we have in Ghana, I quickly followed it up with an apology saying, it's a joke, don't take it too seriously, because I know somebody seated there saying, we'll start here now, I said this to tell them, say, I know the kind of reaction I can get from saying this joke. And the audience in the auditorium were cool. We moved on to the next jokes, and then they laughed. And that I came back from stage, went to Twitter, I was trending. And then the insults were flying left, right, center. That was 24th, and on 26th I had a show. So 24th evening, I woke up. My Christmas 25th was full of calls from political parties, CEO, strategic organizer, women's organizer. Everybody was calling me. People will be texting me. They had my number shared on all WhatsApp platforms. They're searching for my parents' number. See, Ghana politics. Nah.
They were looking for a parents' number.
Yeah, so they will call them and threaten them of what their kid.
You don't mean it.
I'll block the number. They will text me with a different number. WhatsApp me cases. Charlie.
It wasn't just a person you were interacting with.
Different variety of people, different, and then the people in the other party will call me to say, calm down, you know, and then they were branding me as like more of a political comedian, but I haven't even received one CD from any of these people. It was just a joke I did that probably people took it the wrong way. So in the end, I mean, a comedian had to apologize. In fact, I had to apologize.
Were you advised to? Were you forced to? Which of the two?
Both. Yeah, both. And when you're in situations like that, people want, you have two people. Hey, make you don't mind them. Make you don't mind them. You do not. And you have the other people, Charlie. You just apologize, make this thing go. In fact, Massive entered my inbox and said, Charlie, what's up? So what are you going to do? Are you going to apologize? And I said, if I do that, I'll set a precedence that anytime I put out a joke, I'd have to apologize. You know, anytime somebody's offended by a joke, then I'd have to apologize. Then Chatterhouse came in because they had booked me already. And then these people were like, hey, you come there and beat him, you boycott, blah.
You will come there and beat him now.
Yeah, I went with protection. I went to the show. So imagine a comedian going to a show with protection.
What police or now?
Actually, one of my colleagues is a captain at the is it Navy, I think. So I was something said, Charlie, me here, and then go show 26, no. So I don't how you feel around. So there was this guy, he actually is an event organizer, Oxygen. So he put me in Clemento Suarez car. He was the MC. So I was back in the car with the hoodie and all that. And then he was with me, you know, before we drove to the conference center. Then we used some bags, and then George Quay told me, he said, once I'm on the show, I'm protected. So imagine me, that was my state. I was depressed backstage. People were trying to encourage me. I was just there. Like,
even before you performed on that night?
I performed, and I was supposed to make people laugh. Me. Like that, I was like
a depressed
me. So I just went on stage. In fact, Sammy had prepared for this show because Chatterhouse, you remember, had flopped on their stage before. And they hadn't called me again. So that was 2016, and three years later they called me to come perform.
Redeem your image.
I know. So me, I was prepared to kill it. And then this whole stuff happened, and then I went on stage. It was like poetry. They were laughing, but me, I wasn't myself. I wasn't there. In fact, the normal me, I'll crack a joke and I'll laugh at it because to me it's funny, and they're also laughing. I was just delivering my lines. They'll laugh, then I'll move on, and then I left the stage. That was when I realized, we need people we can talk to, like counselors, psychologists, I don't know, psychiatrists, whoever, is available for an artist to talk to, because we are lonely. We
don't have anyone.
You don't have, except your girlfriend or your parents. But when the fans come at you, it's tough to take it.
So did you get a counselor, psychologist to talk to finally?
No, I didn't get any.
So how did you overcome that fear or that trauma?
It just took the prayers of family and then friends and myself telling, like, for example, people called me to make lemonades out of that lemon. One person who called me first was Suarez. Suarez Safu. He called me and said, who here? And I'm saying, I said, behind your audience. Suarez always wants to see the business side of stuff. Like that. I think we are to we as I said, many mood, many sound, and then DKB called me. DKB called me, and DKB did it for me. He actually got me out of that state, sincerely. Yes, DKB got me out of that state, because when he called me, we were talking and he said, Charlie, what's up? I said, cool, everything cool. Say, yeah, but, and then he asked me, so are you going to do sorry, a political joke again? I said, never. And then he paused for about 3 seconds, then came back and said, coward. That was what he told me, coward. You won't make these people.
When you said you were not going to do political again.
He said, you're a coward, man. You won't make these people talk, say they're over you or something. This is the time to push and let them know that comedy is always in a context, and that you don't have any personal biases. So we talked for a while, and they even suggested some jokes I can do with my state and all that. And after a point I was like, yeah, dude, you are really making sense. In fact, if this had happened to somebody else, it's the same kind of advice I would give the person, to like weather the storm and then brave himself and then continue. So from that advice and Socrates call, I called Socrates back and I said I want to do a show. That was in January 1st. No, that was in December around 29th. I called Socrates and I said I wanted to do a show at Snap Cinemas. He said, cool, we are on. I designed a flyer, put it on political refugee. I didn't have one joke.
When you designed the flyer?
Yeah.
When you started the publicity for the show?
I put a date, 18th January. I didn't have one joke for that show. I was like, no man, we are going to do this show. And that was how I got myself out of it. Comedy is what makes me happy. Comedy makes me happy. Comedy, music, family, talk and all that. But if you take comedy away from me, I'll be miserable. So I decided to use that that circumstance to try more of my comedy stuff, to see if I can really push this, because the month before I'd done almost all my jokes at Voices in my head, December. So in January I didn't know what I was going to talk, because Voices in my head was more like my 5 years in the comedy industry.
A compilation of
and so in the January show I didn't have anything to say, but it turned out to be a massive one. Yeah, it really turned out to be a massive one. So that was how I got myself out of the situation of depression. And then I realized that if you really want to be successful, you don't listen to what people say about you. Yeah, people will always have opinions.
If you really want to be successful, don't listen to what people would say about you. And Philip Hassan says, that's Ghana for you. Don't risk your life like that, Obi. You are good at what you do. Felix actually says, we need Pantanians. What is Pantanians? Maybe you guys will know. Yao Dela Butri. Hey, shout outs to Dela Butri. He says, nice one, Uncle Sammy. I'm enjoying the show here. Dan Latte says, what does he think about Ghanaian comedians having an association? And Erasmus Ajay says, how does he handle a difficult audience? You crack the joke and they don't laugh. Richard Boama says, this guy is funny, and it goes on like that. So let's take I think 2 of them. Dan Latte says, what do you think about a Ghanaian Comedians Association?
Yeah, I think it's far. I mean, it's way overdue. We should have it. We should have had it in a long while, you know, because that is why we cannot push for government to support us in our shows. I mean, we are stuck in Accra and Kumasi as Ghanaian comedians. I haven't done a show in Sunyani before. I haven't done a show in Pechima. But we have fans there. We haven't done a show in Hope, but we have fans there. The problem is that we are the ones building ourselves. Nobody else is helping us. So if Lexi puts up a show, I go help him with the show. I put up my accounts to help me, and that's it. We fund our own stuff, you know. So what people will come with kind, like the chewing gum ring. If we had anybody, if we had that.
But Obi, I saw you parked out there. Before Obi was not parking, but you parked. But if the money is not coming, how is Obi parking now?
Oh yeah, corporate gigs are what are holding us. Me, I bought a car with the corporate gig money, like with corporate gigs money. MTN, they took me for a couple of shows. Yeah, Suarez. So me just kinda now my registered girl be card that. To me just kinda well, mommy account me I'm there too. I won't touch the money. What I say. So gradually that's how I bought the car. We did be a 4K and I'm there go to 5K and I'm there go to okay now ban and you release a car and that's how I bought the car with corporate because scanning there if
but the corporate money you are mentioning, you can get water please. The corporate money you are mentioning is still from the comedy.
Yeah.
So comedy is paying.
No, but I know Obi sick of person the man. What I say? As I say, Yankasa, we should be able to put up a show and I get money from it, get sponsors. That is what I'm saying.
But how many artists are they? Let me go back to Halfco on this one. Once you get your water. How many artists are putting together their own shows to make money? How many? Even among our top artists, how many of them? In a year, the top guys, you can only mention their annual shows. Maybe Sarkodie will do Rapaholic, Stoneboy will do Ashama to the World Cry is not a commercial show, so I don't know if that one is a money-making show. Shatawale will do his Rain concert. The Beam concert might be the commercial show.
Let me come.
Okay.
Because we have 12 now. We have like 16 regions in Ghana.
Yes, 16 regions.
16.
So if Sarkodie does Rapaholic, December is for Accra. Can't you do January for Brahafo, February for? You understand the point I'm making? That Ghana is not just Accra. That is the problem we have as I see that we have as artists. We are too focused on Accra. That's why comedians, people get bored with us easily because our audience are almost always the same. Nobeba likes the show, Nobeba DKB show, Nobeba Obi show. Oba me member likes the show no me joke about come by be a fan and one am be kan o e bia ono me kokan o not here. So I come and say it oga mateda comedy do us on surprise. If the person is not surprised, answer it. So we should be touring the whole of Ghana with these jokes. It will be kwaba no let we more feel what I say, then we give them something new. But sisa it Rapaholic and Rapaholic will sell out in Sunyani. It will sell out in Techima, it will sell out in Ho, it will sell out in the various regions in Ghana if they were supposed to do that. But you know, we are fixated on Accra.
Is this a peculiar problem to only the comedians about artists putting together their own shows to make money instead of waiting for someone to bill them for gigs?
Well, I think that a lot of people have complained over the time that you see the old musicians when they set out to go on trek. Sometimes they go for 6 months, not one by fear. By the time they come with a lot of money. A lot of them have criticized us that why do you have to sit down and wait for
corporate to pay?
And this thing that Obi just said, it has even opened my mind to a certain level. All the concerts he mentioned, it was set in these areas.
Simple
like Rapaholic Ashanti region.
It will sell, and then you know what, you can have it, you can wait check months, I'm all the regional capitals. Good promo. Say Takrady for him say in August it is Rapaholic in Tadi, and it will fly. The only thing is that we have been fixated in Accra. We don't even move out of Accra. Everybody is focused in Accra, and that is why people always say that I was in there say Accra for hours because it's like only Accra there because the attention is in Accra. But believe you me, if we extend our hands, because a lot of people do galamsey takwani idea, get a lot of money. That is why anytime an artist do a commercial or love,
yes,
because Nobody comes there, you know. So immediately somebody goes there, and then they are going crazy for you. I think we should be extending our wings, you know, to other parts of the country everywhere.
All right, so Obi Amponsah here with Dada Afko, and of course we are talking comedy. He has told us a lot. I'll be reading some of your commentaries before I activate the phone lines, and again I'll also be activating the phone lines for you guys to call Obi for him to come through. But then before we do that, let's continue with our Q&As with Obi. So Obi, how long are you guys ready to stand this coverage and non-performance thing that we are on? How long can you guys stand in for this?
It will be tough. It will be tough, and we need to adjust. If it stays for too long, we need to adjust. Or probably, I say, what do you say? Any batches? Say, yes, yeah, the 25. The first 20 or something. Or we just pray that this corona thing disappears quickly. Like there's a vaccine or something, because their coffers are drying. That is why some of us cannot do giveaways, because me as a comedian, I don't spend it. I'm a brand that is coming up, so I will invest in myself. I would invest in myself. So normally it will be any savings. What I say, it's a savings, no conforma. And a comedian is only happy or mostly happy when he's entertaining his fans. And also, if when you take that away from him, he becomes a depressed, lonely person. So that is what we are praying for. Say COVID disappears early, and this we'll have to start, you know, some virtual series B, like out of, you know,
like forced to do something that you are not really ready to do,
or to keep your audience, because people get bored easily when you keep doing the same thing as a so that we are just praying that COVID goes quick.
Okay, now one thing I also know is that these guys are having good numbers online. Before we came into the studio, I think I checked OB's Twitter, you were close to 100,000 or so.
No, I just got a K.
You just got a K?
Yeah.
Oh, asking 1,000?
Yeah, no, 10,000.
10,000, yes, I'm sure 10,000 is what I wanted to say. So now, how about you guys developing content for your online platforms? Maybe your YouTube channel, your Instagram, your Twitter. How about that?
That's
so you monetize it from there within this period.
That is one of the ways we are trying to survive, sincerely. YouTube, but Ghana form per advert to hit. We can say, oh no, no video now. I say, ad starts in 5 minutes. I say, oh, my ad maybe
no, he was skipping. Oh my
What I say, the more you click, the more I get, you know, the revenue. But but all the same, no, the least views we get, no, when you are able to reach a number of subscribers and the number of views, YouTube starts giving you some coins, which is at least it amounts for something. Though unya views need their unya sasikan. So YouTube is there. There are a couple of other money platforms. The people are doing OnlyFans. They have OnlyFans, they have Patreon, they have Ko-Fi, K or something. So if you try monetizing, and then there are new apps. There's this new app in Ghana, AMG or something. They actually contacted me for a deal, which we are still talking. So and we have previous shows, videos like the one you play. Yes. So when you put this, when you cut this and put it on, it engages them, and when people are impressed by one video, they search for more, and then, you know, YouTube suggests the next video, they click, and then you get more views for that. So we are trying with these platforms. In fact, I'm trying to also come up with a virtual reality show of a sort that I'll put on my social media platform. Yes, we are.
How soon is that one coming?
Oh, very soon, because I went to talk with a studio person at GH Media School. And he was very receptive. So we are planning on starting something like that, just to keep us going. Because this is a very rusted.
I see. All right, so I'm going to that to ask one question, which will also bring OB in the fray. But before I do that, let me announce that you can also call in at this stage if you have any question. I know around the world people are watching us. If you have any question, you can call to ask OB or Dada Hafko to be specific. The number is on your screen. You can call via WhatsApp or still the normal voice call 024-351-4732. 024-351-4732. Dada, how about a collaboration performances of a sort, maybe music and comedy? So Dada Hafko against Obi coming for a concert. In these times, we are still going to do the virtual thing. Is that not going to help?
I think these are ideas that we're throwing around. It's very positive.
Yeah,
comedy and music.
Yes, because in fact on any comedy platform there is still music. Yeah. But I know when you guys are going to do it, you don't do any proper collabo with musicians.
Yeah, because they will ask first for, they say, management. I told you already.
I know, but there are some you can also sit with them like.
But me, I've told Obi that.
Yeah, I've told you.
Because I had the bigger stars. The whole man make a company for you.
So in this situation, can't we solve that with that? Collaborations, okay. So when I watch this, even if I have to pay to watch online, I'm going to have music, I'm going to have comedy.
Yeah, that's a good idea though.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a very, very good idea. And I think that sometimes it is good to mingle with people like us.
Yeah.
People throw ideas and then it becomes a reality.
Yeah.
Sometimes individually you may not be thinking on that direction.
Yeah.
Like what Obi said about touring the region. What you just said. So we'll jot them down and then.
Yeah, it's actually a good.
But have you tried discussing such a thing with an artist before?
No, for virtual. No, in fact, the funny thing.
Okay, sorry. Let me just call before we continue. Hello, good evening. Yes, boss.
Yeah, it's Brekum.
Alright, Hereford Brekum. Hereford, Yentiwe.
Okay. But I guess I want to contribute to your show.
Go ahead.
I'm just listening to the comedian and I'm very happy because I love his comedy and do I was about him. And I just want to call him to do that. But I also wanted to say something about his what we were talking about the politicians. I want to encourage him not to do that. But I only have an advice for you to. I don't think, for example, maybe you were on the show and you were doing a comedy which involves politicians. After the why don't you call them? Kill the whole thing on the show. For example, I'm reading the Nigeria which went to right. When they maybe some comments related to political that's what they say, no, it's not that they don't media is successful.
Obi says he did that.
I did that.
Obi said no, this is a joke. No one should take it to heart.
I beg them, and Kasasi.
Yeah. Yes.
And yet they do it. That's why we are near that. So and look at what we're talking about. He said after which the other side of the world, the other time people came back and then I encouraged him. Don't be able to do more. So you will never trust them. I think I just want to encourage you.
Thank you. Alright, thank you so much. Hayford, you called from Brekum. You can also call 024. The number is on the screen though. 024-351-4732. 024-351-4732. And Obi is still. And Dan asked about an association.
Yeah, we do not have one.
You don't have one.
Foster is in the process of securing that, but we are still struggling with that. We do not have an association.
But is this something you guys would want to have? For instance, we have Musica.
Exactly.
We have Actors Guild. And now that comedy is picking up with speed. How about coming together to have a common front, have a common voice?
We should have that. We should have that. Even if we wouldn't generate revenue from it, we should have that so that we have a common front. We have common prices so that we would know our rate cards. Like if you need OB, because when corporate people contact me and maybe I mention a price, they'll go contact Lexi too, to know his price. If we have a united front, we'll have that budget that, so if maybe MTN calls me and I mention a figure, I'll call Lexi and say, then call me, this be the money in the bar. So say he doesn't go below that, because once you lower your standards, people will keep settling for that standard for you. You understand? If we had that association, if we had that union, if you had that, it would help a lot.
But do we have it in other countries? I know you also.
Oh yeah, they do. They have it. They have it in Nigeria, South Africa, and that is why nobody can just barge into their system like that. What I say, when you are entering, you need permission from the people controlling the whole affairs. We just don't barge into Ghanaian comedy scene and then start being comedian. So even when Comedy Central wants to come to South Africa, they consult their industry. That's why South Africa is booming with comedy. Nigeria is also there because they have an industry. We do not have an industry. That's a problem because Ghanaians build individuals and not industries. So when Obi starts coming up, oh, Obi, that guy funny, then they start comparing me to DKB. Say, you'll be that guy funny past DKB. Meanwhile, 5 years ago, it was the same people holding DKB as this boy funny, this boy funny. So they pick you up and throw you away, bring another person up. Now you are up there and you are hating on me because of what the people are saying about me, not because of what I've even done. You understand? So
you are only working hard.
I'm just working hard and people are appreciating it, but they decide to compare me with somebody else. So instead of building the industry together, oh, DKB is very funny, I think you should help this boy to grab, oh, we learn from DKB, so we continue as an industry. We don't. It's just individual. So we have a tension where you move. Okay, free because we're going to show, we show. I can't say a time. What I say, but that audience, that fans comparison, brings some unusual hatred.
So that is what brings the heat to you guys.
Yeah, it brings that kind of.
But then, as much as we are humans, there will always be rating. There will always be competition. There will always be.
But when you're doing that, continue to build the industry. Don't leave the industry like that.
Continue to build the industry.
Yes, I'm the nipa.
Happened to Mike Tyson.
Because this guy Ali Baba in Nigeria is still respected as a big man in Nigerian
comedy.
Yes, comedy, because when he started, he built the young ones to follow him. So now the young ones come and they respect him as that. When they start building us up, they start giving us wings to fly. And so if you are not careful, ego will take over and you start disrespecting your elders.
I get it. You
understand me now? You start disrespecting your elders. You start feeling like, but you forget, say, to your time will come. So if we had that, for us, like a senior comedian would just organize the show. Maybe KSM will organize the show and put the young ones on. Say, yo, this is your show, but I'm using my face to get you guys the audience. But we haven't had that.
I see.
We haven't.
Wow, beautiful conversation, beautiful time here with Obi Amponsah and Dada Hafko. Now, before we leave here, let me go back to Dada Hafko. He has a new song for us on Thursday. So you guys should Starboy. I know when we meet here again.
I like superstar.
I know when we meet here again, it is going to cause some controversy because the lyrics in the song very controversial. Hafko, so give us the details. Who produced the song before we run away from here?
It was produced by DDT.
Oh, there you go.
Of course.
We had 3 different people playing the sax.
Okay.
So yeah, we had Mr. Oche, we had 2 other people. So it's a heavily
produced song.
Yeah, Mr. Oche.
Wow.
It's a heavily produced song.
Yeah, award winning.
But we felt like the song, we needed to go for the kill. The song DDT mixed it like 20 times. It got to a point. It got to a point he was tired.
Like, but what makes it sad?
Yeah, but I told him that I want
you need to get this right.
The best. And then the final part when he brought it, I had not even listened to it, but he told me that, you know what,
this is
the final
one.
Yeah, so when I listened, I said, yeah, you got it. So
I got a chance to have an exclusive listen to the music, and though I hated the fact that he was picking on me as a person, I don't know whether he. But
the song is directed at you.
Yeah, no, not me, but my people. I knew. But what I texted him said, I can't stop singing the chorus in my head. You know, like you know that song, you know, yeah, that's the kind of song that I've put out.
I see.
Your rainy season. So a lot of people are going to do Fauba brand immediately
So are we going to have a special play on Thursday on this show?
Oh, definitely. Why not?
It is very important.
Why not?
Okay. Now, before we go to, let me ask Obi where he would need assistance from even the media, fans, especially in what he wants to do next.
Yeah, like I said earlier, watch our adverts. Watch the adverts. YouTube, Facebook, yeah, because
and you know sometimes these adverts are very informative, but because we always don't watch, we ignore them. Sometimes it's even about some investment opportunities around us, but we all ignore. I know.
Yeah, so and then follow us. Brands endorse us when they see that we have a lot of followers. So I just said thank you on Twitter.
I think today.
Yeah, just today.
Yeah. But when you came, I checked. It was 9,000.
The Twitter to Instagram to I just hit like my stronghold is Facebook.
Okay.
Yes, Facebook. There, that is where I sleep.
One is
that. So there I have quite a number of followers. So it's Amponsah on all other platforms, yes. And we have other comedians as well, like Z the Comic, DKB, Chemical, James Brown, MJ the Comedian, Suarez. They say they are awesome. They are awesome. So you guys keep supporting us. We know COVID will be over soon. And then you find us in your cities, in your towns, in your countries.
That's very true. Guys, thank you so much that I have for Thursday. We are expecting that song. Who is, what is your boyfriend's girlfriend?
Are you your boyfriend's girlfriend?
Oh, dear Ben crying.
Are you?
Dear Ben crying. Are you your boyfriend's
Because the Konoku is a chairman.
Thanks to Obi Amponsah, of course, he'll be coming from time to time, especially when he starts his program that he wants to do with JH Media College. When he starts that, we also be Flex TV will be supporting him with full publicity. So guys, get ready to be involved, and then maybe you might also take part. We don't know whether it's going to be a date rush or whatever.
Watch out.
So you might take part yourself. God bless you so much for keeping up time with us here on Flex TV. Tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. You'll be seated with some of your favorite people here on the seats. So get ready for that. Thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, to Richie Flex, and to Yao Lapiji as well, and to Gideon Nilantesin. Salute to you, big man, for designing all our posters and making us fly to the world. In case you missed the show, you have to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, because this will be there for your viewing pleasure as well. My name is Sammy Flex. Stay safe and be protective of each other. We are out of here.